Started early.
Excuse me.
Just saw a little Finea sponge a minute ago. We've added a fourth sponge to this wall.
Haven't really picked up speed yet. Watching it.
Little Aurora rockfish tucked in to that crevice there.
It's a good spot. At least when you're resting.
Oh, come on.
They're another one of those fish that you don't often see swimming around. They're always just kind of tucked in, sitting on the bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry, just adjusting the camera for the transect.
No, it's fine.
Looks like we're just about at 0.3 now. And Argus is starting.
Another dead sponge up on the upper middle of the screen.
Yep. Now it looks almost like it used to be a bigger sponge, and it's now smaller and dead.
Yeah.
Like it's just the base of a bigger stalk.
That's two though. Okay. Go.
All right, Taylor Ann.
All right, starter transect number 7.
7.
Thank you, Taylor Ann.
Problem.
For the time. And
That was
Taylor
the
Ann, it
rules
looks
of
like we
transect.
did get a couple push cores earlier in the dive. I take it those are for you? Just one of them?
Yeah, at least one of them is for me. I think it was taken next to the urchin collection. That's also for my project.
Okay. Oh yeah, and just holler if you, obviously when we're not on transect, if you need something, like a Niskin or another push core.
I'm okay for now. Like, I want to make sure that I guess it's a long dive, so I don't want to take up too much of the Niskins. Normally I wait until the end of the dive to see if there's any left over, and then if there is, then I'll take those.
Okay, sounds good.
That was the catch-22 on long dives. It's like, you got 6 Niskins. When do you fire them?
Yeah. Budgeting.
If you wait too long, you miss the opportunity. But at the same time, if you burn them all early, you could see that really cool thing later.
Definitely have gone on dives where we landed on all the cool stuff and then promptly did not see anything else for the rest of the dive.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of the Petrali dive the other night where we pretty much landed on Petrali groups, and then we started heading north a bit and got out of them pretty quickly, and then didn't find them again until we came back the other direction. The last transect of the dive is when you guys found Rennie, I think you were on that watch, weren't you?
Yeah, we were there. Turned back right around and went back to the
Moved
higher
down a little bit,
concentration.
downslope a little bit.
Yeah, so they didn't seem to be hanging out at the top of that mound like they had been in 2018, or what I understand from the AUV survey.
Yeah.
Must have been a pretty big swath where they were that dense though, because I think we were what 200 something meters off of the original spot.
We were, yeah. So something about that area down there is appealing.
Yeah, that's always a risk. You got to pick a direction to go based on some previous information, and then, of course, if we would have went the other direction, we would have been exploring that area for probably about 6 or 8 hours.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we didn't end up going north, and we don't know what we don't know. So could have been high population up there, or more of the same, less and less the trolleys.
Yeah, and so it's already generated a lot of conversation amongst folks that are interested in trolley stock assessments and trolley spawning behavior as to how we kind of get back to that site occasionally, or on a regular pattern during the fall.
See if you can dial it in a little more of what exactly is going on there.
Right. And seeing how much it changes from year to year as far as where we see them on that feature. Yeah, it looks like an aurora just floating by. You were just talking, you haven't seen a aurora moving much, and there was one floating.
Yeah.
These rocks almost look like they're lined up.
Yeah. Another sparkly sponge. And someone who is either a hake or a sablefish. I think a hake.
Yeah, I think it's a hake. And one of these barrel sponges right in front. Thorny-headed in the background.
Garbage.
Oh, a can.
Started to think it was a sponge, and then I was like, that's too regular a shape, and then I saw the letters on the side.
Advertising has gone too far. Branding sponges.
Yeah. This sponge brought to you by insert corporate sponsorship here. Is there much of a fishery for aurora rockfish, or are they one of these deeper species that's rarely commercially targeted?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think they come up, and there's kind of a deeper slope fishery, particularly up further north, is what we call the DTS.
Sure.
And sorry to reset my video feed. But the DTS is Dover sole and thorny heads, the two thorny head species, and sablefish. So I think in some of those, in that fishery, they do get aurora as well. But I don't know how those are marketed. They're just, rock cods or what.
Yeah, the difference between market names for fish and species names and common names is always one of those. Wait, there's how many names for this species?
Yeah, it's always fun to go out with fishermen and get to learn some of the names they're calling things.
See, I know thorny heads can be the idiot fish, but I wasn't sure if that was one or the other thorny head or just thorny heads in general.
My recollection is those are short spine, but I could be, I got a 50-50 chance, so.
Yeah.
I think the yellowtail that we saw yesterday at some of the shallower areas at Richardson or, oh, no, olives, I guess, are Johnny bass. So a lot of the more shallow species, rockfish species, are some kind of bass is the colloquial name, and then the deeper rockfish species, well, deeper meaning deeper that are caught by recreational anglers on hook and line or rock cods.
Apple warning.
And some of the colloquial names of fish have stuck as kind of common names, like Boccaccio, I think gopher rockfish, widow rockfish. Those are all kind of colloquial fisherman names that have kind of made it into the lexicon of common names as well.
Yeah, yellow eye.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That is a sizable sponge.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Di has chimed in on the idiot fish. She says that the rockfish book says that both thorny species can be referred to as idiot fish.
Okay. Thanks, Ty.
Sure, it was meant to be endearing.
I think we've had the discussion amongst some of us of what it might be is that they're really, if you zoom in on particularly the short spines, when they're larger, their head is just covered in spines. And so it might refer to anyone who's makes the mistake of grabbing one up there without gloves on.
There can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Split in half.
Oh, yeah. The short spines actually, when they're really large, their heads get really distinctive with like, because they look like they're just all head.
What's this fish coming in?
I think that's a hake.
Hake.
Yeah, that's a hake. Big boulders for there for a while, and now back into this talus.
Yeah. Urchins and squat lobsters, small thorny heads.
And barrel sponges. Got a cat shark up there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen as many of those this year as I have on some previous years diving. Sometimes you get just, they're everywhere. And this time it's been just the occasional one here or there.
Well, that must be an old squat lobster in the bottom right of screen. Look at that.
Yeah.
Claw
That's
goes on
amazing.
for miles.
More sponges that fallen over, but it looks like it's still alive inside.
The one that just went off camera looked like it might have fallen over and then just started growing the other direction.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Occasional white sea cucumber, the Solus species, or in the Solus genus, I should say. Bottom right on that boulder there. Haven't seen a lot of those tonight, but we've definitely seen some from time to time.
When they fall over and then start growing upright, I wonder if that's more informed by gravity or current. What causes them to want to upright themselves?
Yeah, that's a good question. But they all seem to do a pretty good job of getting perpendicular there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wonder
Or
how
pointing
much
up
they
towards
do
the surface.
sense gravity, because like when they're on a steep wall, they'll often be all pointed up towards the surface, even though
Yeah.
in a 360-degree environment, they don't really need to be.
Mm. Yeah.
There's a nice crab.
Yeah. So I don't remember if this one was Erica. I was thinking this may have been a Erica Burton, yeah, Paralithodes. I gotta look this one up though.
Oh, I think we might have a Christmas tree coral up just above the lasers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good eye.
Yeah,
Good eye.
nice little black coral there.
Nice.
First one of the dives so far.
You got a sponge up coming. Oh no, it's in front of you. You're good.
That's a great shot of that sponge.
Bridge nav. We can add 50 meters, 290. Make it.
Is that an asbestopluma or something, Meredith, on the upper right? That white?
Yeah, that's the second one I've seen in the last couple of minutes. They are around here too. That one Christmas tree coral didn't even have its little crabs.
Hmm.
I thought it was a plastic bag for a minute when I first saw it. hake hanging there in the water column, upside down.
Oh yeah.
Got about 40 meters left.
Okay. Oh, there's one with one of those munida with really long claws.
Oh yeah.
Seems unwieldy at some point.
Yeah.
It's like the coral cutters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's like the a crab with built-in coral cutters.
Good back scratcher.
Yeah. When they have those long claws, when they take off doing their backwards swim, they almost look like an octopus.
Yeah. There's
Totally.
another Christmas tree coral, maybe.
Yep, that's another Christmas tree coral. It's a little guy.
That's fine.
Tom will get to count 2, or his group will get to count 2 Christmas tree corals. Lots of sea pets. I think this is more hake than I've seen the whole expedition so far. Probably just because we've been on much deeper depths on some of the earlier dives.
Yeah, it was. I seem to remember there was a dive. I think one of the first dives that we. It was actually the last leg on 122, where we came down to escape some weather. I guess that was the Anacapa, or maybe the Poti Peninsula dive, where I seem to remember seeing some hake on that dive as well. Looks like another. That's a group tana crab on the bottom right there. Or not. Those white sea stars in the upper part of the screen are Henricia.
Henricia.
All right, that's the end of
Is that the same
transect.
one? Oh. Could we fire a Niskin here, since we just finished the transect, and that way it'll be paired with that sample?
I'll hold up here because I want to change position anyway. Bridge
Roger.
nav. Hold position here. And let's move 30 meters, 020. Thank you. I'm moving Argus closer to Hercules right now.
We fired one Niskin so far.
One Niskin, you said?
Niskin number 1 is fired already. Yeah.
All right. Oh. Somehow that was already in there. I don't even know how that happened.
Got itself all tucked in.
Might have to put those in the drawer, huh?
It's like the reverse way. Like if I were to open the jaws.
I see a zip tie, yeah. It looks like they're off.
Another strike against the coral cutters.
Roger.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
Those are the knives. So watch the
A little
camera
close to the
there.
camera,
Yeah.
but can you come out in the box a little more?
We might need those knives.
Yes.
Is one of them in a sheath? Is there a sheath around that one?
Yeah, there is a sheath around that one.
Nice.
Nice.
Good detangling.
I don't know how that happened.
I thought you were going to need the knives to cut the knives off.
All right, Niskin now, I guess.
Note to self, maybe keep knives separate.
Backhand. 3, 2, 1.
There it went.
That's good.
Might have to come up slope with Argus a bit. So if you just go 020,
020.
yeah, just head up slope a bit.
All right.
Just for reference, that was sample number 118.
118?
Yep.
118, and Taylor, and which bottle was that? I missed it.
Niskin number 2.
Great, thanks.
Big fin eel pout. That was either a good ctenophore or a good worm or a good polychaete swimming there. It just went off the.
And once you're up there, I'm gonna move back over to something like 285. Gotta follow the slope.
That's a big siphonophore.
All right, I'm gonna go 285.
285.
You'll want to get slightly ahead as we go. Bridge now.
Yep.
100 meters. Let's go 290. Thank you. Salp or siphonophore, man. Nightmares.
Siphonophore?
Mm-hmm.
All of these in Argus view.
Yeah. Those ropes were way scarier looking than they were in real life. They just kind of creep up on you in the deep and they look ghostly, and then you bring them up on deck. It's like, oh, it's just a rope.
Yeah. Well, once they're on deck, it's just a rope, but
Dan wanted to cut it and drop it back,
them.
drop Argus back in.
We got lucky with when we were streaming, the float didn't wrap around the tether. That would have been painful. But
Oh yeah, acting up.
oh, the reboot over there in the rack, the whole thing.
Cat
Got
shark?
another cat shark. Yeah.
Another nice staurocalyptus sponge coming up.
Yeah. Now let's see if we can
Or a
find some
couple.
more of those sparkly sponges.
Yeah. Looks like it's growing on a different sponge again.
Oh yeah.
This is like the reverse, the yellow growing off of the white.
It is.
Yeah.
A rockfish off to the right, and then a hake swimming in. It's amazing how clean these species are compared to some of the, like the Rhaphocalyptus barrel sponges we've been seeing.
pile of urchins working on something there. Strongylocentrodus fragilis.
Yeah.
Another nice mushroom coral right in the middle by the lasers.
Oh yeah. Little eel pout behind. And a rather squat little barrel. Oh, and an umbellula sticking out.
Oh yeah. Very curious hake.
Hake
Getting
gets
back into
marketed
the
as whiting.
yeah. Exactly. And it's mostly sent over to Asian markets as to be named the imitation crab, surimi. One of those club sponges. Hake is the, I believe it's the highest revenue groundfish fishery on the West Coast, though, similar to pollock in the Gulf of Alaska.
Mm.
Very abundant midwater species.
It's Christmas tree coral to the left.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a little Christmas tree coral. Can take a look at it.
Yeah, you're up ahead.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it a Christmas tree?
It's a black coral of some kind.
Yeah.
Can zoom in, Steve.
Zoom in. Yeah, it's a Christmas tree with those fronds.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a tiny, tiny one.
Yeah.
What's that? I think you're... I can't hear you, but...
This one's kind of pink up close.
Ah. That's much better.
It's a good view of why they call them black corals. The axial skeleton or branches are black, even though polyps can be different colors.
That one, the scientific name is the Christmas tree coral. It's Antipathes dendrocristos.
Literally dendrocristos, meaning Christmas tree. Christ tree, I guess.
Huh.
A lot of sea pens.
Yep.
Just to move up.
more of these. Munida with the really long claws. And a poacher. Where's Tom?
All these Anthoptylum sea pens seem to be curled in the same direction.
I wonder
At
if
least
they're
most of them.
facing into current the same way.
Yeah, I wondered the same thing.
Another one of these tube sponges. What are you? Oh, you're just another Anthoptylum.
Lots of squat lobsters around here.
Oh yeah. Another
Bridge
club
nav.
sponge. I think. Yeah, that's another club sponge.
Add 100 meters, 310. Thank you.
Or maybe not a club sponge. Yeah, that's more tubes.
Yeah.
Had me fooled
Looks
from
like maybe
distance.
there's some dead parts to it. I couldn't tell. Like a tanner crab.
Lizzie just jumped into the science chat here and says, we're going to cut this dive a little short by 1 watch to add more to the next dive to skip the Z waypoint.
I think that's a
So once
sparkly
we
sponge.
pass one.
Sorry to cut you off, but I know that was the collection that
Oh,
was
did we just
desired.
pass one?
I think so.
Down to the left, was it?
Yeah. Not
Thanks.
sure.
I was looking at my screen with the science chat.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. Thanks, Taylor Ann.
Don't thank me yet. Hopefully I was right.
That was worth checking out, regardless.
Not this
like
one,
it.
was it?
Yeah.
This one?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Get a zoom on that. I'm pretty sure that is the sparkly sponge.
Bridge nav.
I was
Hold
worried we'd
position.
pass them all on transect.
Thank you.
We're going to have one of those dives where you never see them again.
Man, Z looked so interesting. I guess it is way over there.
Yeah.
There's like 800, there's like a kilometer from
Can
where
zoom
we
there,
are to
Steve.
even get to the interesting bit. Let me turn off
And
the
I have a feeling
contours
it
and
would be a
take look.
kilometer of this.
Oh, it'd be less than that. It's pretty flat on the way.
Yeah, this is our sparkly sponge target. So if we can get a piece of this, that would be excellent.
Sorry. Just gonna spin a bit. Get right up close to it.
And this one is going to be quite firm and crunchy. So we can try to cut a piece off, and if it won't cut, it might come up as the whole sponge, just because this one is quite stiff.
Oh. So you said we want a piece of this?
Yeah, if we can get a piece of it. The jaws will have to kind of cut a piece off to get a
Okay.
piece of it. This one is, yeah, it's firm and crispy. And if we can get a nice zoom on it, I guess we did actually. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's all
zoom
flowing
again.
we
together
can
now.
get another one.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's pretty small. I think I'd go for the whole.
The whole rock? Or is it on?
You could poke the rock and see if it moves.
Can you come wide just a little bit, Steve?
Reminds me of a heart from this view.
Yeah. It does look kind of like a heart.
Poke the rock on the right or in front of it. Yeah. Yeah. Just grab the rock. Get the whole thing. You guys are all right with that?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work for us.
I would, it would be, yeah, stick the jaws in the dirt there. Let them open right up and stick them in the dirt. Get the rock. There you go.
Do we already have sponges in both the forward boxes?
Yeah, we already have 2 sponges in the forward boxes, so this will have to go into a starboard buy box.
The big one in starboard's open, is it?
Yep.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice one.
Nice.
So you'll have to, as you come around, keep it level, yeah?
Want to zoom first?
Yeah, do you want to get one? Yeah, we'll go real tight on these spicules.
Sure. And I think the second sponge that's attached to the same rock is my Kaylee. And this is the unidentified white sparkly sponge.
Oh. There you go.
I'm going to switch to the salvo view, okay?
Roger.
Sample, salvo. And what am I doing here? I'm opening the starboard box.
Okay, coming wide.
Thank you, Steve.
I like how those spicules form those like white sparkly dots.
And come up a bit there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Which one?
E is empty.
E.
Zoom on that plastic filled urchin there.
Let's hope not.
Oh, I love when you can see them on the move.
Aw, yeah, they're so cute.
They're cute.
Just drop it in there.
Yeah, I would turn your jaws 90 to the right. Yeah. Bombs away there.
Nicely
Perfect.
done.
Yeah, they are closing very slow.
Yeah. They're closing slow because I got it on grip force lower.
Okay.
Let me put it back to 9. They're on sponge grip force at the moment. Okay, infiltrate in.
Can I zoom on Argus for a second?
Sure.
That was sample number 119.
Swing it to the left a little bit more. Yeah, I took it in. I took it in right about there.
Is that a sponge right behind us
Yeah.
in the Argus view? It almost looks like a piece of pipe or something.
Yeah.
It does.
Like
You want
an
to look
exhaust.
at that
Same
sponge?
thing. Okay.
All right, so we are past Y.
We're past Y. I zoomed out a couple clicks on HiPAC. We've got the rest of this feature here. We could just kind of ride out and then go north. I believe, yeah, this line right here, this linear feature is artifact from mapping. It goes direct
Okay.
from us to Z1, so it's not necessarily something we need to follow.
Looks like the wrist
Yeah.
is spinning on
Oh yeah, I think I'm also.
Let me just double check that. Yeah, that's the pattern of the map.
maybe that's how we hook the knives. It's just spinning on its own.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Then just finish out this feature and then shoot up to Z1.
Sounds good.
Coming wide on Argus.
And thanks for that sample. Abby will be very
Yes.
stoked.
I think your camera's quite centered.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go 300 for 100 meters, and then we'll be heading more northwards.
Yeah, copy.
Wait till you get a little bit over. Yeah, 300 for 100 meters in the north.
Okay. Coming over.
One of our scientists ashore, Jamie Conrad, has posted the thought for us that he thinks that we've been traveling right along or parallel to the Santa Cruz San Clemente fault. And so the steep slope here may be upthrown side, and perhaps these rocks on the slope have been broken up by faulting.
Oh, I like that theory.
Interesting.
There's a lot of weird faulting in this area, or weird slopes. Some kind of are more low bait, and others run in different directions. And then to confuse things, there's mapping artifacts as well. This shallow water mapping data tends to have some tidal issues sometimes. And, I'm not sure which ship collected that bit. Ours, we didn't have full coverage in the area from our ship.
Someone was curious.
Yeah, it's like there's another rockfish proving that it does actually swim and not just lay on the bottom.
100 meter step bearing 300. Thank you.
I'm in a good spot out in front.
Yeah, that's good. Let's wait till Argus comes to get you.
Got a little white thing on the bottom of the screen that looks like it is either a polychaete tube or an asbestopluma.
Yeah. The one that we just kind of flew over?
That one right there in the center.
Yeah, just right on the bottom of the screen. We've been seeing both, and it's just one of those, with the coloration, it's hard to tell which it is.
On the rock?
No, just
the
that
stick-like
thing.
Oh, the stick-like thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
the stick.
It's going to be all dusty.
Oh, that's a worm tube. I can see the opening.
Worm tube?
Yep.
Rudder. I don't know.
Base of something?
Oh, I think that's a sea cucumber that just has its feeding tentacles pulled in.
Oh, one of those stationary ones.
Yeah, one of the solus.
Quick zoom, Steve. I think we're still waiting to move anyway.
Yeah, that's one of the solus sea cucumbers. Just has the feeding arms withdrawn.
Pretty compact. Stealth mode.
Come on, thanks.
They have a really weird texture on them. If you get them to the surface, it's like almost like scales down the side.